Hey y'all, how y'all doing tonight? Sorry, I'm a little late. I just got home from working out and taking a shower. So very, I'm just in a rush today. I thank you guys for being here and being on time, even though I'm not. Told you I was going to work on that. So, how's everybody doing today? Everybody doing great? Let's see. We have Young Riaz, we have Justine, Arabia. Oh, I'm sleepy. Got to go to work tomorrow. Okay, Arabia. Thank you for stopping by. Make sure you push the like, share, and subscribe button. Well, you probably already subscribed. Hi, Justice. How are you? No limit. I dare you to go on the panel. Okay. Hey, my buddy. Hey, my platypussy. Hey, no limit. How are you? Glad to see you guys. I'm just gonna cam up just a little bit. Like I said, I just got out the shower, so I'm not all glammed up today. How are you guys doing? Y'all doing great? Everybody's doing okay? That's good. Well, I'm gonna go back into my shell. So maybe take it out. I'm glad that at least a few of you guys are here today. I was just wanting to talk about this because we have a lot going on in the world today, and a lot of people are going through stress out of this world. Some of it is self inflicted, and some of it is not. It's by circumstances, or sometimes it's caused by other people. I'm pretty sure a lot of you who have experienced that. And I have like some things that I go by. Thank you, friend. Like I said, I'm kind of like in a rush today, so I didn't have time to put on any makeup, but I had to have my eyelashes. So, and some lip gloss. But I wanted to talk about certain things because people in this day and time are going through a lot of stress. Some of it, like I said, is self inflicted, and some of it is by other people or just circumstances. And I had been through a lot in the past last year to this year. It has been a very stressful year for me. And there's some things that I did to kind of help me through this year. And it's been working. I'm still a work in progress. Like I told y'all the other day, there's some things I'm working on, just as individual, and because you can't. Hey, James, you can't worry about other people and what they do and what they don't do. You have to do basically the best for you. And I have a lot of thou shall. Okay, and my first one is thou shall ex- well, I'm gonna say have acceptance. And what I mean by that is acceptance of dealing with people in life. You will always have problems. There will always be problems. So thou shalt accept that life is going to bring you problems. People are going to bring you problems. There's going to be people that come into your life just to cause drama, just to cause havoc, and you have to know how to deal with it. But also, it is to be expected. That way, when things do happen, you don't feel so blindsided or so shocked by what other people do. You go to the acceptance because you understand that in life you will have trials, you will have things that will happen to you, you will have people that will disappoint you, you will have people that hurt you, and all those type of things. So you have to accept that this is a part of life. And I don't think some people, when they are going through things, they act as if they've never encountered anything. But when you learn to go through things, you learn to deal with each and every situation a little bit better, even though they're going to be different. You won't panic as much because you know, okay, this is a situation that I have to deal with, and let me deal with that situation accordingly. And the other one I have is, thou shalt what did I say? Look, I can't even read my own writing. Be connected to a strong source than yourself. What I mean by that is not everybody is religious or spiritual, but there is times where you're going to have to stand on something more than yourself. Um, I know for me, my foundation has always been believing in God, and that he's the highest source, and that if there's something that I need, or if there's some strength that I need, or whatever I need, to go to him. And for other people it could be different, but you do need a strong source other than yourself. A lot of people rely on themselves, which is good at sometimes, but sometimes you need something else. We are in this world not to be alone. I believe that, in the universe, there's something bigger out there, right? And we are not just here by accident. And so when you believe that and know that there's something bigger than you, that's where you get your source from. That's where you go to get your foundation. And like I said, it could be any type of spiritual thing that you feel for you. Like I said, I know for me, it would be God. Um, and that's how I have a foundation, because I know that all of my strength comes from God. And I said, thou shalt have a life. A lot of people, I'm going to just say on YouTube, they don't have a life. YouTube is their life. And at the end of the day, that's why so many people are so messy. We run to mess, we run to drama because it's exciting. It's not us, and then until we're in the situation. But YouTube should not take over your life. Hey, Arabia, it should not take over your life. You should have other activities to keep you focused on other things. You should have other hobbies, things that you enjoy doing. You should be around people that you enjoy being around, people that love you and actually like you. People on here, you don't know if they really love you or like you. People could be typing, hey, real cornbread. They could be typing in the chat, and you thinking, oh, okay, this person, really likes me, and this person probably can't stand you. So you really need to have a life outside of YouTube. You need to have people that you can count on outside of YouTube, and quit being on YouTube 24/7. I know there was times where I had to kind of back off, being on here trying to see what's going on and who's talking about who. And then when I went through my own situation, it was exhausting. So I didn't want to see anything that was messy, because it's really, it gets inside of your spirit, and when it gets inside of your spirit, it really starts to depress you. And we already have a lot of things in our own personal life and in the outside world that we have to deal with. So when we go to YouTube and we are dealing with the same negativity, it becomes too much. And then you become what you hate at the end of the day. And that's why you need a life outside of YouTube. You need to go ride a bike, uh, go walk in the park, go exercise, do something that's active, like crocheting, sewing. For men, I don't know what men usually do, for hobbies, but there's so many different hobbies and different interests that you might be overlooking because you're so busy on YouTube trying to see what's going on and what mess is going on. And see, that mess, when it gets inside of your spirit, it disturbs your peace, your inner peace. You could be having a great day, but if you see something, somebody says something about you, or you see something that upsets you, that disturbs your peace. So you have to guard your mind. You have to guard your heart at what you intake. Yes, weightlifting. I do some weightlifting as well as boxing. Um, Racing cars. Okay, yeah, some men do that. Find you some other hobbies to do outside of YouTube, because that's the only way you're going to keep your peace and to keep you from always getting upset because of things that you're seeing on YouTube. So I said, thou shalt have acceptance, and that was acceptance that people in life will bring you problems. They will disappoint you. Uh, Thou shalt stay grounded and be connected to something stronger than yourself. You need something that is stronger, whether it's spirituality, whether it's religion, whatever it is. You need to be connected to something that grounds you, that keeps you focused and keeps you knowing that you are just a little person on this earth. There has to be something more than this. And once you figure out whatever that is for you, hopefully you can stay, that source can help you stay grounded. Selena, people probably live check to check. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm not reading this right. People probably live, okay, check to check and can't do too much. Yes, and that's why we have the park. That's why we have there's a lot of free things, going to the library, reading. A lot of people do not like reading. I see. And sometimes that could be a hobby that you could take on, learning something new. Sometimes it doesn't take a lot of money to find different hobbies. It's just you have to be creative. Um, I remember one of my hobbies was doing water painting. And also, I used to be a really avid reader. But when I started working full time and just other jobs that I had, then, it kind of took a lot of my time. But I still try to every now and then read a good book. I said, so thou shalt have acceptance to that people will bring you problems, life will bring you problems, so don't panic. Thou shalt stay connected to a source stronger than yourself. Thou shalt get a life. That means you need a hobby. You need to be around people you enjoy, uh, because a lot of these people you do not enjoy. And thou shalt forgive others and yourself. Forgiveness is one of those things that I have not um I have not been very good at. I'm going to be honest with you. That is a big struggle of mine. Would be forgiveness. That is something that I work on daily. Now, forgiveness can take away your peace. Unforgiveness can take away your peace. I'm sorry, I misquote. Said that. Um, when you have a lot of unforgiveness inside of you, it really disturbs your inner core of who you are. You're always upset, you're disgruntled, you're just really uptight. Forgiveness plays Unforgiveness plays a lot in people having different diseases and cancers. um, I noticed forget and people say, well, I don't want to forgive, but really forgiveness is not for the other person. Forgiveness is for you. When we learn to forgive, that gives us inner peace that we need, and it takes the weight off of you when you can learn to forgive. It's a lot of people that deal with unforgiveness. And like I said, I'm going to be honest with you, that has been a struggle for me. But that's something that I work on daily to make sure that I'm trying to practice forgiving other people. And I have to remind myself I'm not forgiving those people for them. I'm forgiving those people so I can be free. I don't want to stay in bondage for anyone. I don't, like I said, I don't want anybody to live rent free in my head. The other thing that I said, thou shalt forgive, and yes, also forgive yourself. I notice sometimes we may forgive other people, but we struggle with forgiving ourselves. That takes a lot of our inner peace because if we can't forgive ourselves, how can we have peace? We're constantly uptight. We're constantly upset because it's things that we have done in our past. And the truth is, there's nothing we can do about what we've done in our past at all. We just have to decide for us that this was a mistake. I made this mistake. If I have to pay for the consequences, I have to pay for the consequences. There's nothing that I can do, and I have to understand that I am human and I'm going to make mistakes. And I owe myself enough to forgive myself for whatever I've done wrong. Um, that will relieve us from the burden because unforgiveness it's such a heavy weight on people. I know for me it is because I'm constantly upset and I'm have this feeling in my stomach. Hey, Miss Tammy, uh, nice to see you. And I got this feeling in my stomach that I just, when you have that unforgiveness and you just like, oh, you just irritated and you're frustrated and you mad. That's unforgiveness. And it messes, hey CC, it messes up your peace. And that's where you have the problem. So unforgiveness, you have to forgive others and you have to forgive yourself. You don't forgive others for them, you forgive others for you because you deserve to be free. Okay. And that's like I said, and that's an everyday process. That's not just something that you say I forgive and it goes away. For some people it takes a while, and it's not something that just happens. You know Listening rumble, thank you, thank you. um and so, like I said, forgiveness is very important. And like I said, because that unforgiveness is like a heavy weight. And it's so heavy on you, it really, really, it tears you up on the inside. It only affects you. And then sometimes it affects other people around you. And people don't want to be around you because of that unforgiveness. And it makes you a very disgruntled person. It makes you an angry person. It makes you very defensive of everything and anybody when you have a lot of unforgiveness. Thou shalt seek peace. And the reason why that's a thou shall, because a lot of people run to mess. Like I said before, we all have like to sometimes hear about what's going on, what's drama, what all this kind of stuff. But eventually that stuff starts to play out in our real life. When we seek peace, when we seek peace, there's certain things and people we will not go around because it disturbs our peace. Okay. Hey Tamika, when you're dealing with people on YouTube and real life, and they're constantly talking about mess and talking about negativity, that gets in your spirit, and then you take that on to your real life. So when you take that type of stuff into your real life, everything around you seems like it's overwhelming, that it's falling apart. right? And then you become like, okay, I got to deal with this going on YouTube. Then I got to deal with what's going on with my kids, what's going on with my man or my woman, or just whatever, what's going on with my job. You're so overwhelmed because you put everything is just all on you. It's just dumped on you. But some of that stuff you run to, you like to hear the mess that's going on. And like I said, every now and then we want to hear a little drama, as long as it doesn't include us. But when it does include us, and even when it doesn't include us, it gets inside of our spirit and it disturbs any little piece that we got. And then we're miserable, and a lot of times people put a good front on, they put a good smile on because I can't tell you, hey, I'm really miserable. I really hate my life. I mean, let's just be honest. But sometimes some people, because they've let a lot of negativity in their spirit and in their life, they really um they really are miserable because of all the negativity that has overwhelmed them in YouTube and real life. And you have to watch who you're listening to, who you're going around, who you're talking to. Anybody that seeks peace, there's certain people in certain places that they're just not going to go, because they know, hey, realists, they know that their peace is very important to them. There's just some there. I'm just gonna be honest with you. There's just some people. Hey, James, there's some content creators that disturb me. Just gonna be honest with you. They disturb my spirit. So I can't watch them, right? I feel like I owe it to myself, right? Not to go to their chats or panels or whatever to see what they are saying, whether it's about me, whether it's somebody that I like. There is some people I just stay away from because I know what that does to me when I look at it, right? There's also some people at your job, even in your family, you can go around them, right? Because they always have something negative to say, always. And you just is like, okay, I love you, but you are so annoying to me, and you might not have to say that. You might just distance yourself, and you love these people, but you just can't be around them. There's even some people that, acquaintance of yours or associates, and you like them, but they bring so much drama with them. You have to separate yourself from those people. If not, everything that they feel and do, it's going to enter you. It's going to affect you. It's going to make you feel a certain kind of way. I have an example. It was an associate that I had of mine. She seemed cool at first, and I I thought she was really cool, but every time I talked to this person, there was always some drama that she had to tell me about. And I'm like, well, some things you kind of wanted to know just in case if, you came up in the situation or something that, maybe maybe your name may have popped up or whatever. And you hear this person, and every time they have some drama to give you, and then they will have drama and turn it and project it on you as if you're the one that causing the drama. And see, those type of people, I distance myself very slowly from them, sometimes fast, because I see where we're going with this. I see that you got so much going on in your life. Some of it was self-inflicted. So you got so much drama in your life, you trying to transfer it to me. And that's where I'm like, nah, I can't fool with you. I may have liked you, but I can't really fool with you like that because you disturbing me. You saying things, you're always talking about something negative, and then you're projecting whatever you're feeling onto me. And see, those type of people you have to separate yourself from. If not, they will definitely disturb your peace. You know, sometimes you can let people know, but sometimes some people so silly, they start reacting instead of just being like, well, let me see, if there's something that I could have done differently. But when you're dealing with those type of people, they just for me, myself, and I. So they're not worried about changing or anything. It's all about them. The other one is thou shalt avoid drama filled people. That, like I said, that basically kind of stems in, will thou shalt seek peace. Um, Avoid drama filled people with a plague, like a plague. They are dangerous. They will disturb you. They are the people that say that you're talking about them behind their back, but they talking about you behind yours. Those people. Those are also the people that are always thinking someone is trying to do something to them. So therefore, it's going to come back to you. You will be their next victim, right? You will be their next victim because you did something and you don't even know what the hell you did, right? So those drama filled people will definitely, like I said before, they will drain the hell out of you. You will have to let people know, hey, I like you, but you're doing a little too much. And then, like I said, some people are so silly, you can't even have a conversation with them. They just start reacting and start doing crazy stuff. Some of them, in real life, they'll start calling you names and, calling you, a fake, and, and there are all kinds of things. You're like, well, wait a minute. Did you see anything that you did in this situation? Oh, no, they don't care nothing about that. They just say, you the one acting funny. Well, the reason why I'm acting funny, because I really don't like a lot of the drama that you're bringing in my life, especially putting things on me that is not who I am. Those are the type of people I avoid. I try to do it really nice. Sometimes I try to just be like, well, hey, how you doing? Keep it cordial, but like my grandmother say, have a long held spoon. But then some people you just can't do that with. Some people you just be like, okay, you stupid. Let me go on. Because see, I've been got into an altercation with you. And that's another thing that will disturb your peace. People that are filled with hell, they're going to disturb your peace. So either you're going to have to make the choice to back off or keep it going. It's up to you. A lot of people, I would say, we try to get along with people, and and we don't want to ruffle any feathers or nothing like that. But to be honest with you, you're going to have to just call a spade a spade. You're gonna have to just be like, I don't give a damn about what you talking about. uh I don't, you can call me any type of name you want to, but you get on my damn nerves. Some people you just have to tell them like it is. And now I could do it the real nice Christian way and say, well, me and you, we're not on the same path. But I love you as a sister. But it's just not, I just think we're just going different ways or whatever. That's kind of like when you break up with somebody, I guess. But basically, you can do it that way, or you can just be like, no, I don't want to deal with you. And let me tell you why. You really are hell, and you really always bringing some drama, and always trying to say I'm doing stuff. So I don't want to be involved in it. You disturb me. You disturb my peace. And I said this year that I was just gonna start telling people exactly the way I feel about them. And some people, like I said, I won't. Hey, Will T. Some people I won't even thank you. I won't even address, because, like I said, you wasn't worth dealing with no way from the beginning. Some people you have to know who is worth giving your time to. It's some people it's not worth giving your time. It's some people not even worth meeting them to give them ass whooping, right? Selena, you don't have to address no goofy on the phone or computer. Okay, yeah, I guess you're right. Sometimes you will not address people, period. Some people, like I say, is not worth your time, your space. But there is some people that you have to let know, you don't cross the line with me, so you better just chill, or go on your way. You know what I'm saying? Um, but like I said, these are the thou shalls that I have. The first one, like I told y'all, was acceptance. Okay, acceptance in dealing with people in life and knowing that you will always have problems. You cannot avoid problems with people. Okay, you cannot avoid problems in life. That's just the way life is set up, unfortunately. The other thou shalt, you need to find a source stronger than yourself, whether it's religious, whether it's spiritual, whatever you do, you need to be grounded by something. You know, you I don't know, sometimes the weed, sex and gambling, whatever you do, sometimes that just may not be enough. You might have to find something higher than yourself. And for some people, that's a struggle because they may not believe in a certain thing, but you have to have a strong foundation somewhere, whether it's with your family, whether it's with your God or your belief system, something has to keep you grounded. And the other one I said was, thou shalt get a life. Get a life outside of YouTube. Okay. And I say it like that because it's so funny. And I like when Lonnie says that. Uh YouTube, get a life outside of YouTube, please. Can you please go ride a bike? Can you please go do some weights? Can you please maybe read a book? These are things that you can find, or crochet. Or, another thing I have been doing, like I said, I do boxing, I weight train, I exercise. Every now and then I'll read a book. Hey, Uncle L. I find other things, and also be around people that you enjoy, people that you actually like and that like you, people that actually love you and that you love. This is hard to find for some of us. But some of us have good families. I was blessed enough to come from a good family where I'm around. I got cousins around my age. So my cousins are basically my friends. And then I have other friends that are not related to me. So I'm around people that actually love me, that actually like me. If you're always around people that you're not sure about, that could be a problem. Okay. If you have no friends outside of YouTube, that is a problem. You need help. You need some more social skills to deal with people, because you're going to have to meet people outside of the computer, right? You need to have a social life. Get out. Go out on a Friday. Go out on a Saturday, whether it's to go get a drink or whether it's just to go hear a live band. Get a life besides YouTube. It's very scary when people are on YouTube all the time, and this is where they become negative. This is where they become miserable and they lose their peace. They're worried about who's saying what about them, who's talking about who, what drama going on. Get your ass out of the house and go somewhere else. That's just plain and simple. Find a hobby that fits you. I don't know why people are on YouTube 24/7. That is very strange. So that is just my opinion. uh, thou shall, okay. What did I say on here? Look at me. I done got, okay. I said, thou shall get a life. That means get you a hobby. And also, thou shall, I forgot to tell y'all this one. Thou shall stay in your lane. That's the other one I forgot to tell y'all about. I'm learning, stay in your own lane. Quit worrying about other people. Quit worrying about what's over here, who doing this, who said this to this person, is that affecting you? Okay. Some things you need to keep your mouth off of. Why? Because no one cares. At the end of the day, I promise you, no one cares. And then when you do say it, you will have confrontation. You will not you cannot go through this life on YouTube and in real life and say everything you want to say, especially when it's not your business. Learn to choose. Hey, Miss Coco, learn to choose your battles very carefully, okay? Because you find yourself getting involved in stuff you have no business being involved in. For example, I'm going to tell you, I've said some things. I was trying to stand up for someone, and it ended up for people looking at me and zoning in on me. I got in some mess that I probably shouldn't have got into if I would have learned to shut up and stay in my lane. No one cares about your opinion. Unfortunately, it's true. I'm sorry. Now, and then sometimes, like I said, your opinion, especially if it is not your business, will get you in more trouble than you bargained for. Take it from me and other people. Some things is not worth speaking on. If you're going to speak on something that is not your business, just know that you will probably have consequences with that, right? And it might be more than you bargained for. I can just tell you that. So thou shalt stay in your lane. Okay. And also, this is something that I talked about a couple of days before, as well as yesterday. Thou shalt have some self awareness. Hey, Tariq, you need to know exactly who you are and what you are capable of. A lot of people are not aware of the baggage that they bring to situations, right? And when we don't deal with our baggage, we end up uh, putting it on other people, right? So when you don't have self awareness about yourself, there's a lack of peace in that. You need to know who you are. I know exactly who I am. I know exactly some of my strengths and my weakness. I probably pretty much know exactly what I would do in a situation, depending. Sometimes I don't, but most of the time I kind of know because of how my pattern is on what I do on certain situations. You need to know yourself. There's a lot of people that do not know who they are. They are not self aware of who they are. And that's why they're trying to be somebody else that they are not. That is disturbs your peace. When you don't know who you are, when you are not aware of who you lack a lot of peace because you're so busy trying to find out who you are, and then you're trying to be someone else that you are not. So that is a lack of peace when you don't know who you are, when you're not self-aware of what you're capable of. I learned through all these situations, I am very capable of holding my own. I don't need a lot of different people in my life. If I have a few people that love and like me, I'm good. I don't have to be well liked and accepted by everybody. Why? Because I don't care. I don't care to be accepted by everybody because everybody is not on my wavelength. Okay. There's just some people you will not be able to connect to. And I am very self aware of that. Right. And so when you're self aware of that, that's peace, that's confidence within yourself, knowing that at the end of the day, you got you know and that's what that has given me so much peace to know I'm good. Now, thank God I have some people, like I said, a few people that love you, a few people that like you. You're okay. You can deal with it, you know. But if you really don't know who you are on the inside, you're gonna be a disturbed person. You're gonna be so busy putting on different masks, putting on different people every day that you don't even know who you are. That is very disturbing. And that leaves a person very anxious, very unsure. And when you're unsure and you're anxious, you have no peace, you know. And that's it, and that's where people, they really need to know, they need to stay in their lane. Okay, they need to, like I said, get to know themselves, self-awareness. And also I talked about forgiveness, which is the most, I would say, challenging thing in this life for me to do is forgive. I don't, some people are better in it than others, but I am getting there. This is a process that you have to do every day. The reason why I say forgiveness gives you peace, because forgiveness is not for that person. Actually, forgiveness is for you. When you learn to forgive not only others, but forgive yourself, it is a weight, a heavy weight taken off of you. When you are living in unforgiveness, you are constantly annoyed, you are constantly bothered, you are constantly angered and troubled on the inside. So you don't even know how peace feels when you have unforgiveness. Unforgiveness is a mother. Do you hear me? It will drive you crazy because you have such ill intentions and feelings for somebody to where you almost hate them. But it don't bother that person. It actually takes away and bothers you the most. That person could care less that you hate them. They could care less. So while you sitting over there mad and miserable because you want to do something, you can't stand their guts. You are actually taking life and time from yourself when you don't learn to forgive other people. And again, forgiveness is not for that person. Forgiveness is for you. Forgiveness is saying, you know what? I might not ever like this person ever, like ever, but I am choosing to forgive that person because I want to be free. I deserve to be free. It's all about you. Okay? It's not about that other person. And when you get that other person saying, well, I don't want to let that person, I don't want to forgive that person. That person don't forget deserve my forgiveness. Well, do you deserve peace? Do you deserve a break? If you feel like it's too much for you to bear, wouldn't you love yourself enough to release that pain? Now, if you don't love yourself enough, I can understand. But you got to get to a point, unless you want to continue to be a miserable, hateful person. You got to get to the point to be like, I'm tired of this pain. I'm tired of this pain. Hey, Nene. And that's right, Will. We all can forgive, but we are never going to forget. Because if you do something else, I'm going to have to forgive you because I want to be free, but you might get your ass whooped. But in the meantime, yes, we'll never forget what a person has done to us. It is what it is at the end of the day. Okay. And I don't even think God would ask those who believe in God to forget anything. because that's almost impossible unless we have amnesia, right? So that's just what that is. And like I said, that weight that's on you, do you want to keep that on like from year to year to year to year? And that weight gets heavier and heavier and heavier as you keep it on your back, as you keep it on your head. That's a lot of pressure, right? I love to see you with someone's ass. Yes, I do. I box. I will. Like I told y'all the other day, don't let this lace front and these nails fool you. I am a person, I really try to get along with people. But when they cross the line, please do not touch me. If you touch me, all bets are off. Right? So that's exactly how I feel about it. And I dare someone to try. I promise you. Now, as we do, as you know, like I said, I'm going through this really fast, but I'm trying to go back over some of the things. Like I said, forgiveness is not for others, it's for you. Also, forgive yourself. You have made mistakes and you cannot take those mistakes back, period. There's some things in your life you're so ashamed of that, if you could do it over again, you would. But unfortunately, we do not have time machines. If that was the case, everybody would be in a time machine and go back, right? So since we don't have time machines, we have to learn to forgive ourselves. We are infallible. We're not perfect. And I don't know is that let me make sure I'm saying this right. We're not perfect. We are going to make mistakes every day. But let me say this, just like forgiving other people is important, forgiving yourself is even more important. You will constantly be in pain when you don't learn to forgive even yourself. You can't even love yourself if you don't forgive yourself. That messes up your peace. It messes up your peace. And it's just really sad that there's some people that couldn't forgive themselves and they took their own life. I don't really like talking about my personal. Oh, thank you for the cash apps. I'm not going to say your name because I like to, keep things private, just in case if you don't want me to say it. But I appreciate you so much, sweetie. Um, there's some people that took their own life because they couldn't forgive themselves. I think I told you about I had an uncle. I don't know what he was going through at the time. There was something that was going on with him. Maybe he felt some type of guilt. Maybe he felt like there was something that he did that was unforgivable. And he took his life. And when he took his life, he left a lot of sad people behind, a lot of confused people behind. And some people even struggled to forgive him for doing it. Um, Suicide it stems a lot from, I think, unforgiveness. I really do. And that would be unforgiving of yourself. At the end of the day, everybody to a certain extent needs a little grace. Even the worst person. Think about like Jeffrey Dahmer and all those kind of people. You'd be like, they don't need no grace. But I'm not gonna say them because I think they were just psychopaths. But for the most part, more people that are normal and not psychopaths or sociopaths, um, everybody every now and then needs a little grace. And you have to give yourself some grace. We are not perfect. We're going to make mistakes. The problem that most people stay in is they stay in making those same mistakes instead of moving on from that older mistake, right? And that's where you have you know, the repetitive cycle of doing this over and over again. So you have to get to a point, I would think, in your life that you have to say, I have to stop making the same decision. I have to learn to love myself enough to stop making the same decision. Oh, I'm sorry about that. Oh, I'm so sorry about that, Will T. Yeah, so you have to give yourself some grace. You have to love yourself enough to know that yes, you made a mistake. You can't go back and change those things. You might can't even go back and tell the person that you may be hurt that you're sorry because maybe they've passed on. But you're going to have to find it in yourself and love yourself enough to say, I deserve just a little grace. Let me forgive myself for what I done. You know, and like I said, I really do. I really believe in my heart. A lot of suicide is because people don't learn to forgive themselves. It's some things, like I said, we'll never be able to turn things around in certain situations. It's just not going to happen, but you have to understand that you deserve some grace, right? And then you have to extend the grace to others. And like I said, it doesn't mean you're ignoring what that person did. It doesn't mean that you like that person. It just means that when I forgive this person, I'm not allowing this person to have power over me. And I want to be free. I deserve to be free. That's all forgiveness is. If you want to keep unforgiveness on your back and on your head another year, you will find other people around you not liking you. They can't stand to be around you because you're going to end up getting on their nerves. All you're going to do is be crying and miserable and mad and cussing and fussing and trying to hit people and all kinds of crazy stuff because you're just a miserable person. You're just a miserable person. So keep that unforgiveness on you if you want to. You'll find out real quick it ain't hurting nobody but you. So I refuse to let anybody or anything have power over me anymore. I'm like, you got to go. If it's a person, if it's unforgiveness, whatever it is, whatever is disturbing my peace, it got to go. Okay. And the other thing I talked about, we said forgiveness. The other thing I talked about was seeking peace. You got to actually, sometimes peace don't just come to you. Sometimes you have to go seeking for it. What I mean by that is a lot of things in this life we go to, like drama. We like to hear, this go for me too. We like to hear when somebody is roasting or tearing somebody down sometimes, especially if we don't like them. Just gonna be honest with you. We like to, because I gotta tell y'all, my guilty pleasure is the Bad Girls Club, and the one now with Natalie Nunn. That is my guilty pleasure because I like to see them fight. But I know that it's a part of me, even though I know it's not real. Most of it is not real, but it's very funny. But I'm trying to see why am I attracted to something like that? Why would I be attracted to see other women, beating each other's brains out? Like, there's something wrong with that. But that is a guilty pleasure of mine. Um, but that's the type of stuff we kind of run to, or we run to hear gossip. We run to do and be a part of things that are not really healthy for us, right? Or our mental state. And sometimes when we do that, that just messes us up on the inside. And then we wondering why we having thoughts about hitting somebody with a car or hitting somebody with a brick. Because we don't watch something or we don't heard something that we shouldn't. Like even some gangster rap. Like I still do Tupac, like Goody Mob, Outkast, Pimp C, Bombi, people like that. I really used to like that. And sometimes I still listen to it. But even some music, you got to be careful about, because some music can get in your spirit and it can promote a certain feeling, like those frequencies or something. I don't know what frequencies in certain music does. It's like gives you certain emotions or something like that. But you got to be even careful about what you listen to, like as music, because music does alter your moods. So if you listen to like depressing music, you're probably going to be depressed. If you're listening to violent music, you probably want to go and do something to somebody. You know what I'm saying? So you have to even guard that, what you listen to. Yeah, drill music. You have to be very cautious of that. Some frequencies will cause you to be depressed. Some frequencies will cause you to be violent. That disturbs your peace. So you have to find sometimes where you're not listening to that particular type of stuff. I mean, and that's where I say you have to seek it. You have to seek peace, where you have to kind of go outside of your what you're used to doing, your norm, and find other ways to enjoy, certain things. Like, I know I shouldn't be looking at Bad Girls Club. Maybe I should be looking at I don't know, something inspirational. I don't know. It could be anything that is not beating somebody down. But I could be looking at something else that promotes a different type of way of thinking or being, rather than looking at two females going at it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like we have to be more accountable of what we allow in our spirit, because you can't let everything in your spirit, because it will affect you in some way, form, or fashion. It's going to affect you. It might not affect you then, but it'll probably affect you later. Um, and also the last, avoid, like I said, drama filled people. There's some people that are filled with drama. They mad at the world. They think everybody against them, and they watching you. They say they like you, but they watching you just in case if you do something a little different, you acting funny, or you fake. Those type of people you got to really watch, because they like to do a lot of projection and put things on you that is not necessarily true. You could be acting different towards a person because you don't really like how they're moving. You don't like their conversation, you know. You don't like how maybe they say certain things to you. And those type of people, if they are drama filled, you're going to have to separate yourself from them. Because if they are like they are, they're going to project everything on you. You are the bad person. You are the fake person. You are this, you are that, you are that. And you're like, wait a minute. All this is you, and you putting it on me. So I'm going to have to leave you. I can't have you around me because you messing up my peace. You are the one that don't have peace. And you going to put that on me. Oh, no, no, no. Since you have that type of spirit, you go over there and I'm going to go over here. I don't hate you. I just don't fool with you. And see, those are the type of people you have to distance yourself from. They may get mad. They may talk about you. That's okay. They will move on. And if they don't move on, you move on. You don't have time for it. So at the end of the day, you must make the decision on what you're going to do with your life, how you're going to get peace. And those are some of the things that I talked about that helped me. I can only go by my list. I can't tell you what your list should be. I know my list is accepting, number one, that people are going to be people and life is life. There's always going to be problems. People going to bring you in problems. People going to put you in problems. Life is going to happen. You're going to age. You're going to get sick. You're going to lose a boyfriend. You're going to lose a girlfriend. Your husband may cheat. Your wife may cheat. Life happens, right? So that's to be expected. That is to be accepted. And also, you need to get a life outside of YouTube. Your life should not be surrounded and centered around YouTube. You need to go read a book. Be with somebody you love. Be with somebody you like. Go, like I said, ride a bike. Go boxing. Go go watch a good television show. Something that brings you joy outside of YouTube. And get a social life. Go out. Go and get a drink. Go get with a group of friends. If you on YouTube all the time, typing and going on and causing confusion, you'll never get peace. Because number one, you are part of the problem. You are part of the problem. When you continue to keep putting yourself in other people's business, just watch from the sidelines. I said I'm gonna stop speaking on stuff that don't concern me. There's certain things I don't agree with. I see things that people are doing to certain people I don't agree with. And depending on what it is, I might say something about it, and then again, I might not. But if I do speak on it, I have to understand, and anybody has to understand, there will be consequences, because there's always going to be somebody that don't like what you said and want to challenge you on it. Okay? So you need to find a life outside of YouTube. YouTube should not be your life. Go out and get a friend. Learn to be friendly. Or if you don't want to do that, like I said, just find something to do besides be on YouTube and type it and arguing on panels. The other thing, and I'm just recapping everything. The other thing I said was get self-awareness. You need to know who you are. You need to check yourself. Everybody is not always the problem. Sometimes drama is within you. And you have to deal with whatever drama's within you, so you don't be putting it, hey, your crazy cousin, so you don't be putting it on other people. Get you some self-awareness. You are not perfect. You don't have it all together. What'd you say, Selena? You said you will use the hand. I'm confused. Meaning I will box. I will use my hands to whoop your ass if I can. That's what that means. And that's exactly what that means. I will fight. Literally. The other thing is, I said, self-awareness. Know who you are, know what you're capable of. When you learn to be confident and know who you are as a person, you're going to be peaceful, because you don't have to be like anybody else. When you're trying to be like somebody else, you are already messed up. You are already lost. Be you, and you'll be more peaceful. Also, I said you got to seek peace. That means sometimes you got to go looking for it. If you see something over here is drama and it's chaos, stay far away from it. Find things that bring you down, your mood down to the point to where it's like, I'm content. Not down as depressed, but you're content. You are comfortable. You don't need a lot of the drama. You can do without it. And sometimes you have to seek to find whatever that peace is for you. My peace is being alone. I enjoy being alone. That is my peace. The last is avoid drama filled people. Some people you have to avoid like the plague. They are so drama filled, they're putting their nonsense on you. And they are the ones that are jacked up. They are the ones that always have a problem with somebody. And then eventually they're going to start having a problem with you. So you're going to have to eventually part ways with that person eventually. So those were my thou shall, because that's what I go by, but everybody's is different. I'm going to show you two books that are helpful if people that are, that read. This lady is an author. She's wrote a lot of books, and she's very educated. I think she is a counselor. I think she's a certified counselor. And I'm going to show you the book. And let's see. Okay. This is How to Handle Emotions, and it's by June Hunt. Okay. The other book is How to Deal with Difficult Relationships, and this is by June Hunt as well. Okay. So both of these books are very educational. They will give you some different insights on how to handle certain people and how to even deal with yourself. Like if you struggle with grief, because some of us have lost people just in the past couple of months. And we sometimes don't know how to deal with certain things. We don't go to counseling. We just think, oh, we just have to get through it. Well, sometimes you have other tools to help you to get through certain things in your life. You're not out here by yourself you need to sometimes find certain avenues to get the help that you need. So those are two books that I have, like I said, that I have read that have helped me in certain situations. I will open up the panel. I'm going to give everybody, if you would like to come up, those who do, give you 5 minutes because we have to be considerate of everyone's time. And like I said, I know some of you have probably been at work today, and so have I. So I don't want to be up all night. Let me see. I'm going to put it in the chat. I hope that you guys learned something from something that I said today. This was needed for me because, like I said, in the last few months, I've dealt with a lot of things that tried to disturb me. And I had to find ways to keep myself together without trying to go and find somebody and do something that I will regret or do something that will maybe jeopardize me and my freedom. So I put the link in the chat. So if anybody would like to come up, like I said, just be considerate of everybody. If you want to come up, I would be more than happy. Hey, Montrese, how are you? Glad to see you. You can come up. Like I said, Will T, if you would like to come up, you can. What do you say? How about people that forget people and give them encouraging words when they went through a bad times? Yeah, that's right. Mm-hmm. Oh, Miss Coco. Thank you, Nini.
How are you?
Hey, Coco. How you doing?
I'm doing amazing. Salute to the chat. And I'm so glad I was able to catch you live. I literally was like just walking in the door and
Uh-huh.
see like the alert at first. And I looked and I said, oh, she's live.
Yeah.
That's exciting. You have an amazing topic. That's one of the hardest things ever for people to do.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a process. It's a very, very difficult process. Because when it's easier to say things than to do them, for instance. Um,
Right.
so we can say, oh, girl, yeah, I'm over it. I'm over it. It takes a moment in time of reflection. And if you find yourself angry in that moment, that's when you know that you haven't dealt with it.
Right.
Had a situation like that about a couple of weeks ago, and I didn't even realize at the time that I was still mad as hell about this. I was like, I'm
Mm-hmm.
mad as hell. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And it actually took a friend of mine. I was talking to them, and they said, Coco, you know what? I think you still pissed about that situation because it was like you was in the moment when we were
Mm-hmm.
just talking. And I said, for real, I didn't realize that I was in the moment. I didn't even
Right.
realize it. So I really had to like think about that situation and let the situation go. Not forget it, but let it go. Um,
Right.
for myself. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Because what I realized was the fact that I was still angry about it, they didn't move on with their motherfucking life and they don't give a fuck what
Right.
they did 2 weeks ago. They can care less. You understand?
Right.
So I said, you know what? Why am I carrying somebody else's burden? When this is what I realized about this, when you don't forgive people, right? One thing is that you're doing is you're actually putting a burden on yourself that's not a burden that's meant for you. When we decide to forgive other people, it's really for us
Uh-huh.
to
That's what I
begin
said.
our healing. And that's something
Right.
I learned years ago because I remember when a lady first said that to me. I ain't gonna lie, Selena. I looked at her like she was batshit crazy.
Uh-huh.
Like, girl, what you mean forget them? I ain't forgiving them, to hell with them. Like, like
Right.
no
That's how I
attitude.
felt.
And it was literally a while later, um after I took the time to analyze and internalize what that lady actually was telling me, because I didn't realize at the moment that she was actually dropping a gem on me.
Right.
When I took her advice to do exactly what she said to do, this big weight lifted off of my shoulders that I didn't even realize subconsciously that I was
Mm-hmm.
carrying around.
Right.
So like I said, it's not for the other person. This is about you. This is about you going to the next step in your life. This is about
Mm-hmm.
you not blocking your own blessing. This is the one thing that you're supposed to do in your life. When they say, you know how you grow up and people say, oh, don't be selfish, girl, don't be
Mm-hmm.
selfish, young man. This is the one time in your life I promise you that you can be selfish. You
Right.
know that it's okay to put you first. It's okay to forgive that person to begin your healing. And just like you said, Selena, also forgive yourself. See, that's something I had to work on years ago as
Right.
well, because I didn't know that that was a part of my healing process. Because I
Mm-hmm.
felt like this. I said, well, damn, I ain't do nothing wrong. What the hell I got to work on forgiving myself for? So, like I
Mm-hmm.
said, when I first heard it, it sounded crazy to me. It didn't make sense.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't until I started the process how it become to unfold and make sense for me. So then I realized all of those necessary steps that I was taking, forgiving myself, forgiving the other person, was so I can continue towards my greatness. All of these steps had nothing to do with anybody else. It was
Right.
about me.
It's
And just
about
like
you.
we talked about the self-reflection, this was about self-reflection. This is
Mm-hmm.
about me being accountable for my healing. No one can make you heal. They can give
Mm-hmm.
you advice. They can tell you to go to a counselor, which I think is a great idea for anyone that needs it. But
Right.
the thing is, if you're not willing to put in that work, you're still not going to heal. The only thing you're going to be doing is
Exactly.
giving them a bunch of money, and you're going to be still going back home with the same problems that you haven't even begin to peel layers off of it at all. Period.
Mm-hmm.
You got to be willing to make these steps. Like I said, and that's when I talked about before, we got to face our ugly truths.
Right.
That's it. We can't run it.
And Coco, that's what I agree with that, and that's why this is so important. This subject is so important to me because I feel like if you not, people will always try to disturb your peace.
Oh yeah.
You have to make the decision if they're going to do that or not. And that's why I said, oh, hell no. Ain't nobody on this planet is going to get so into my spirit where I allow them to steal my peace.
Do you
Like
hear the
I
key
will
word? Do you hear
fight
the
for
word that you said, Selena?
it.
You
Huh?
said a key word that probably went over people's head. You
What?
said that I'm not going to allow. See, this is what we forget when we
Mm-hmm.
healing. We allow people to do things. We allow people to say things. So
Mm-hmm.
this is the thing. Nobody can steal your peace and your joy if you don't let them. It's
Exactly.
up to us. That's what we forget. We tend to forget because we're human and we're going to make mistakes. But what we people do to us is what we allow them to do.
Mm-hmm.
So if I allow you to steal my peace, if I allow you to do these things and take my joy and get me sidetracked, that's because I allowed you to do it. But if I
Mm-hmm.
don't allow you to do it, guess what? I'm choosing to keep my power.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm doing. I choose me now. Like I said,
Right.
this healing process is about you being selfish. It's about you putting you first. Choose to keep your power. Don't
Mm-hmm.
give your power to anybody else. Because guess what? If you worked your ass off to maintain your power, that's what you're supposed to be doing. Why the hell would you be giving it to somebody else for free?
Yeah.
That makes no sense.
At all.
People
That's
are
why.
feeling their healing on layaway. They're just like me coming to you, Selena.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I didn't wrong you, this, that, and the third. But you know what? You protecting your peace. You keeping your power. You ain't worried about me. But guess
No.
what? The moment you continue to, you it's like you done put me on layaway. So guess what? Your power is there, right? It's been a month.
Mm-hmm.
It's been 2 months. It's been 3 months. So guess what? Beautiful Selena Justin did. You done put your power on layaway, right? And the fact
Right.
you've done it so long and lost track and lost focus, you gonna fuck around and lose your layaway.
Right.
But guess what? Your layaway plan was your peace.
Mm-hmm.
Your layaway plan was your peace. And just
Mm-hmm.
because you entertained it, you put $1 here, $2 here, $3 here, and they steady telling you, okay, Selena, you got 2 weeks to pick this layaway up. Your layaway is your, guess what? You forgot to pick it up because you got sidetracked.
Mm-hmm.
You understand what I'm telling you? It's
Mm-hmm.
extremely important to protect your peace at all costs. And people think that it's something minor, but guess what? This is detrimental to all aspects of your life. Do you know
Right.
when I was still working before I got retired, that it was people on my job that I wanted to whoop their ass? Yeah,
Right.
I did. I wanted to lay hands on them, Selena, and it wasn't to pray.
In,
Okay?
okay. In Jesus' name.
His name. They was going to in all 12. But the fact that I loved my job, I love the money I made,
Uh-huh.
some things I just did not do and I had to keep it professional. But yeah,
Right.
damn right. In my mind, I think I slapped him 50 times in the same spot. That's all I'm saying. But this
Exactly.
goes back to protecting your peace. We got to know, like I said, which battles are worth fighting and which ones are not.
Mm-hmm.
But I just wanted to come here and show you some love. Salute again to the chat. I'm about to finish up this paperwork, girl. I got depositions in the morning. But I
Okay.
love you so much, sis. Keep
Thank
doing your
you.
thing. Keep being strong. Keep being beautiful, powerful. Keep growing and keep protecting your peace most of all. Okay?
Exactly. I appreciate you, Coco. You my girl.
I
Thank you so
appreciate
much.
you too, sweetheart. And everybody, you guys have a good night.
You too.
Bye bye.
Ah, that's wonderful. And Miss Coco's telling the truth. Like we give people, we put things on layaway with some people because, like I said, we feed into it. But I'm like this: once I address it one time, I'm done with it, and you can keep going on about it if you want to, but you're gonna be doing it by yourself because I ain't got time for folk. I ain't got time for fools. Okay. And my peace is very much important to me. And I hope it's important to y'all. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, we allow people to take from us when we give them the energy to go back and forth with them or to even acknowledge sometimes their existence. I have an example. Like I was telling y'all the other day about a lady at my job. I mean, this lady she's a teacher. She's been teaching for years, 71 years old. And the lady is annoyed by another teacher that is 43. So the 43 is very passive aggressive, right? She does a little passive aggressive stuff, but nothing really just major. But the other lady that's 71, to me, she should really know better. And the 43, I'm not saying she shouldn't, because sometimes you can antagonize a situation, but when a person sees that something is antagonizing you and irritating you and taking away your peace, sometimes they will keep doing it to irritate you, right? So she keeps doing whatever she's doing to the 71-year-old, and the 71-year-old just can't stand her. I mean, she doesn't want her sitting next to her. She just does not want to be around this lady, and that is her right. But what irritates me about this 71-year-old is you allowing this girl to get you so upset. You are losing your peace. You are losing almost your mind. And people, other colleagues around you, think you crazy because you do not know how to manage your emotions correctly. There is just certain things that certain people will do. I will not even let them know that it bothers me, because why? You give the devil any type of ammunition, he's definitely going to use it. He's definitely going to use it. If you have insecurities about how you look, or what your job is, or any type of vulnerability a person can pick up, they will use it against you every time. And that's what I've learned. You have to not let people see you sweat at the end of the day. Um, your crazy cousin said it's called energy, not outer G. You control what's within. Correct, your crazy cousin. That is very true. We can't control other people, but what we can do is control ourselves and our responses. And like I said, every day we are tested on this. Every day, somebody will try, or some circumstance will try to disturb you. How you handle it is going to determine how you are going to, be. Okay, just saying. Hey, how you doing? Determine how you are
Hey
going
sis.
to, Okay, I hear echoing. So you got
Yeah,
your
it's
YouTube
because
up?
my other device is on. I'm
Okay.
going to turn it off.
Okay.
I came in kind of late because I was trying to get on
Mm-hmm.
to the subject that you were speaking on,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't want to disrespect your panel,
Mm-hmm.
but I say fuck them. That's it.
Yep.
That's it, and that's all.
Yep.
I have
Sometimes
my opinion on
yeah.
things,
Mm-hmm.
and if my opinion does not align with your opinion,
Mm-hmm.
oh well, that's your problem, not
Yeah.
mine. It's not my problem.
Right.
It's your problem. But when you go back to think about the things that people have said to you about you,
Mm-hmm.
and they don't know you,
Exactly.
we're strangers. And I think that I may have been the first person to ever say, we're strangers.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know you.
Mm-hmm.
I've never seen you. I've never touched you. I've never talked to you eye to eye.
Mm-hmm.
We're strangers. What we become over the internet are internet friends. But what in the fuck is an internet friend?
Mm-hmm.
A ghost.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Ghosts are spiritual.
Mm-hmm.
Ghosts are people or things that you talk to and talk about, and you develop a bond with just because of the things that are said and the things that are done, etc., etc., etc. But I don't know you.
Yeah.
So lately, I've come up with, why the fuck should I give a fuck about you? You don't know me.
Right.
You don't care about me. You care about you
Mm-hmm.
and how everything affects you.
Right.
I have no friends on the internet. None. Um, I've I have one. I know of one, maybe two, but one that I've spoken to a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Only one. I consider myself a part of the information. Uh, what do I call myself? I don't tell you shit.
Mm-hmm.
I keep my shit to myself because I don't know you.
That's the safest way.
3 or 4 months after I meet or talk to you, you're going to be talking about me and I'm going to be your content.
Exactly.
But people, listen, if you use your discernment, and we all have it,
Mm-hmm.
you just have to listen to it. It irritates me when people say, well, something told me. What are you talking about? Something told you. Something is you.
Right.
Something is your spirit talking to you,
Right.
and you don't listen.
Mm-hmm.
It's something told me that I should have done this, that, or the other. So if you end up in a precarious situation, it's your fault because you didn't listen to yourself. You were listening to someone else or other people.
Yeah, sometimes it's like that, unfortunately. Um,
Sis, it's not sometimes, it's all the time.
well,
All we have to do
it's
is
some
listen.
situations just saying people, yeah, I'm gonna say no, in my opinion, sometimes you're not aware because if you have a certain way of thinking and being, you're not thinking that this person has any malicious intent. You know what I'm saying? So
I agree. I
you
agree.
are going at it the way you think and how you feel,
I
not
agree.
knowing that this person is a whole demon.
I agree. I agree. I agree with you wholeheartedly.
Hmm.
But
So
how would you know? How would you know, sis?
I think,
Because again, like I said,
yeah.
we're all strangers. We're
Hmm.
all strangers, and depending on what your life is like, what you're going through, people can say anything to you.
Right.
People are manipulative. They're
Hmm.
narcissists.
Yep.
You know, they're into their own thing.
Right.
They play games. People on the internet can be anybody that they want to be.
Exactly. I agree.
And I'm not going to, uh, I'm not going to talk about that.
Hmm.
But these are things that we need to think about
Hmm.
because you can get caught up in a lot of things just by thinking that someone that you thought was your friend,
Right.
or some of the things that they say,
Hmm.
and even things that they say online, and they are misconstrued. So like I said, I said this from the beginning. My circle has been short, has been very small,
Hmm.
and it remains small. And until you get to know someone, especially on the internet,
Hmm.
your circle should remain small. And then when you become, when you get to the point where you are confident in these people and you feel like, okay, I've only talked to them. So if it comes back, I know it came from them. But if you're a real friend like you or
Hmm.
I or anyone else would be, it's not going to come back
Right.
because it was said in confidence.
Right.
So why would it come back? And
Mm,
then if it did come back, why would it come back in a disparaging way?
mm-hmm.
I've been on this internet since Kwame Brown started arguing with those his what those guys that were supposed to be his friends. Kwame Brown had over 400,000 people that were telling him the exact same damn thing. He didn't listen. So after a while, you stop saying anything. But if you have people in your circle and you know there's only one or two people in that circle that you talk to because they've talked to you and you feel like this is something that I can say to them, and whether it goes anywhere or not is not going to mean anything because you're not talking about anyone.
Right.
You're not disparaging anyone.
Mm-hmm.
But when it gets to the point where people are disparaging you for dumb shit, my baby died. And these bitches, I'm sorry,
Mm-hmm.
started talking about me
Mm-hmm.
because of a trauma. So the last thing I'm going to say is this.
Mm-hmm.
And you, of all people, know this. You can't trust these people. You don't know them.
Exactly.
They're strangers. They make up shit about you. They talk about you. They make you content. They've never seen you. They've never talked to you.
Mm-hmm.
Their content because of something that you said.
Right.
So
Well, we I appreciate
all I can say is,
you.
I am just so I, I don't even go on YouTube anymore.
Mm-hmm.
If I got your notification, I did not go into your live maybe like 30, 40 minutes later because I don't enjoy this shit anymore.
Right.
I don't hit anybody's lives. There are people that I used to go on to and I don't anymore because it's disgusting. It's not fun, and it's just a bunch of evil demonic bullshit that within the past month I've decided I don't want to have any parts. I don't want to have any parts of it. A
That's
friend
right.
of mine on this app had told me a month or so ago, delete the app. I deleted it, but it was still on my old phone. And as you know, Selena, you get addicted to this dumb shit.
Mm-hmm.
So when someone says something to you about something that someone else has said or what they're talking about, you'll jump over there to see what they're talking about, right?
Right.
So I deleted it on 2 devices, but I still had it on 1 device and I started watching it. And then started, I started watching it on the other 2 devices. But, for the last I'll say the last for several 4 weeks, I don't know what's going on because I don't care.
Yeah. And that's basically.
It's a bunch of bullshit.
But
It's
let
just,
me say this. But yeah, that, and I'm gonna close it down. But yeah, that's basically what you did. You had to get peace for yourself. So there's certain things in certain content creators or certain chats you shouldn't go in because it might disturb your peace. And that
and
was, yeah.
that's exactly what has happened.
Mm-hmm.
I don't go in. I don't listen. If I go in and start to listen and it's the same old shit, I leave. I
Exactly.
used to not be able to do that because I was addicted to this bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
I was addicted to it. But now I'm getting better. I
Right.
don't I don't listen to it. I don't go to it. I'm not interested in it. And I feel like within the next, I don't know, maybe the next week or so. This week I've been the only people I've actually gone into this week are you. I missed your live yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
I'll go back and look at it, but I saw that I had a notification. I didn't see it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, the ones that I'm interested in, I'll go back to.
Right.
The ones that I'm not interested in, I'm not gonna watch it because it's
Exactly.
not interesting anymore. It's not fun anymore. It's a bunch of bullshit. It's a bunch of old ass people talking about the same shit. But I was told this over a month ago. It's like, go ahead and delete the app. If there's anything interesting, I'll let you know.
Mm-hmm.
Well, again, I didn't do it completely, but now I'm to the point where it's almost complete. I don't care. I don't care what's going on. This is not fun. It's a bunch of old ass people doing a whole bunch of old ass shit that they've been doing for the last 2 years, and I'm just not interested in it anymore. But I want to tell you, and then I'm gonna hang up.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
You and I have communicated via comments and other chats.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't even know that you had a platform until I was told, and then I started listening to you.
Mm-hmm.
The things that you talk about to me are positive things and real things, and that's the
Mm-hmm.
reason why I listen to you. But the other stuff is just, to me, it's just it's not
Okay.
interesting. So I'm more than likely gonna do what I was told I should do months ago. I'm just gonna delete the app, delete the IG, because people go into your IG and they try to find out shit about you. Why? Why?
Yeah. Well, thank you, Just saying, for coming up. You're always welcome. I'm gonna go ahead and close it down. I appreciate your kindness and your support. It is
You've
very
got my support. You've got my
appreciated.
support. You have a great evening. The
You
rest of
too,
you guys
sweetie.
have
I
a great evening.
I appreciate you.
One love to everybody, but
All
I'm
right.
just
Blessings
done.
to you. Okay. And I hope that something that I said will resonate, and because we want you to be at peace and we want to be at peace. So God bless you. I'm gonna say hello to some of my people. Hey, my boy Meal Ticket, how are you? Glad to see you, buddy. Uh, and hey,
God bless you. Good night.
good night,
Meal
just
ticket.
saying.
Thank you
Oh,
for your responses to me.
okay.
Love you guys.
All
Bye.
right. Good night, just saying. Have a blessed night. Meal Ticket, I gotta get you on here with me one day. Okay. Your crazy cousin, you too. Um, your crazy cousin, are you still going live? Because I don't know, if put in the chat if you still going live and what days you're going live. Um, hey JD forever, Eva, Ava, honey, I am a little tired. I'm just talking. I'm glad to see you, sweetie. Um, and QT, thank you so much for stopping by. I appreciate your kindness. 8 Powers, thank you for showing up, sweetie. It's always a blessing to see you. Tim, thank you for showing up. He's a little sweetheart. Let's see who else we got in here. My boy CEO, thank you, sweetie, for coming. Will T, always a good to see you. CC, my girl. I don't know where Cheeky is tonight. Let's see who else is in here. Kevin, thank you so much. So glad to see you again. And James, Realist, Montrese, Larry, who else? Nene, Only. Thank you for coming through. Miss Coco, my girl. Let's see. Platter Pussy came through for me. I'm so happy to see you. Let's see who else. Okay, come through. Okay, whoever I forgot, I hope I didn't forget anybody, but if I spoke to you from the beginning, you know I love you. I appreciate your support. Okay, I see and Larry, I think I said you. But I gotta get my boy a meal ticket and okay, yo crazy cousin, he not doing lives. Okay. And let me get you up here. What's up, my buddy?
What's good with you?
Okay, what you got going? We about to get off. I gotta go eat something. I just came from the gym, showered and everything, so I'm just
Yeah,
ready to eat.
I ain't want to hold you, but you know, this kind of touchy.
Mm-hmm.
I was dead to hit the panel earlier,
Who
right?
dared you to hit the panel?
And I'm trying to see who it was. So I'm putting things together and I see the avatar that was just on stage. We
Oh,
got
okay.
what's up with these subliminals, man? We supposed to be growing up and talk, sending
Okay.
subliminals, chat hopping. I'm on Selena's, showing support, getting away from the messy tube shit.
Uh-huh.
And then you following me around, chat to chat, sending these messages, man. Come on, man. I withdrew myself from the bullshit.
Uh-huh.
And you purposely following me over here, talking that shit in the chat, trying to get my attention.
Okay. Well,
Just leave me alone with that. I'm over here, I'm at peace. I'm trying to listen to Selena's message. She's speaking something positive. I'm processing that.
uh-huh.
You know, whatever issues you got going on, hey, I wish you nothing but the best.
Okay.
I left you alone, so leave me alone. That's all I'm asking you.
Okay.
My buddy, I appreciate you. I'm going to hop off, let you go do what you do.
Thank you, sweetie. All right. So, it's all good. I want everybody to have a beautiful night. Everybody, like I said, find your peace, whatever that peace is. And I hope that it was something that I said that resonated with somebody. Because, peace is two things you can never buy. You can never buy time and you can never buy peace, right? So you have to make the decision for yourself. Are you going to allow other people to take your peace away by entertaining them? Or are you going to fight for your peace? Are you not going to allow other people to get so far inside your spirit that you lose yourself in the turmoil? You make the decision, not that other person. You have to be in control of your own life. And at the end of the day, we have to make that decision every day. We have to make the decision if we're going to allow others to take our peace away. Like I said, find you a hobby, find people that actually like you and love you, and make the decision to forgive yourself, forgive others, and forgiving others is not for them, it's for you, you know? And then, like I said, hey, Matthew, be aware, self aware of yourself. When you're more self-aware of yourself, you are confident within yourself. And that is what brings you peace. Knowing who you are and whose you are. Right? So I hope that I left you guys with something. Like I said, don't let anything disturb your peace, okay? Even the little things that irritate you about people. You just have to learn to make that decision. Okay? So God bless you all. You all are very special to me. And you don't have to know people to love them. So I love you guys. I appreciate your support. Those that watch with good intentions, that support me from afar, I appreciate you as well. Thank you for the cash apps. And it's somebody, I don't know who it is. I thank everybody from any cash apps that you send me. But there was someone that sent me a very encouraging message the other day when they sent me a cash app. And I wanted to tell you thank you. I heard you, I seen it, and I was just like, that was a blessing. That really was a blessing. So thank you, whoever you are. I'm not going to say the name because I don't know if somebody, want me to tell, their name or any, but I like to keep some things private. But whoever you are, thank you. And I appreciate you. And that was very encouraging. So everybody have a blessed night. I will see you guys pretty soon. I don't know when the next time I will go live, but when I do, make sure you press the notification so that you will get it. Let them know about the you ignorant Matthew. I wish you would give me 5 stacks. Oh my God, you silly. But I had a good time with you guys. I would blow y'all guys a kiss. Let me see. Thank you so much. And you guys have a nice night. I'm about to go get something to eat. I'm hungry. So be blessed, everybody. I will talk to you guys later. Love you.